Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share my what I completed with my February 2016 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit. I know, February 2016, over 2 years in the making. Anyway, it was based on the inspiration Mind the Scrap kit from February. I don't know if that was February 2016, February 2015, I don't know. And then this card says Scrap Delight, January Document Life Stories Kit, Little Things in Life. I don't know if it was two separate kits that I used, but anyway, those were the inspiration. I just found those. I didn't go back through and look at the computer to see. But I wanted to show you all the packaging for things that I have used up with this kit. It started out as a ginormous kit. I had 2 paper pads in here. Portions of 2 paper pads that I had used bits and pieces out of. So I haven't counted up how many layouts I've made or how many cards I made. But I'll start off here. And I have made these over the last couple of years, so I don't really recall a lot of these. Like here, I know I have a hidden journaling spot there. These are just family photos, and I think the layout was from Scrapbook Generations. Anywho, so there you go. Here's another 2-pager. And I kind of fluctuate whether I go for 2-pagers or 1-pagers. You know, just it really depends on how I feel. This was from a trip we took several years ago, my mom and I, to see my sister Mickey and Sandy, and they have both since, or Sandy has since passed away. She passed away February of 2017. This one is a single page layout. Now these and I had, when I made this kit, I added in some of my border strips that I had. I keep a little box full of border strips that are just too cute to throw away. All of these are from that. These little flower pieces, this copper piece, this chipboard piece, and then this scalloped piece here. Those were all from that. And I used a lot of the border strips that I added in that were craft tone. I used them for journaling. Wood veneer pieces, that was a piece that I stamped. Yeah, those were the alphas that I had in it. Another one that's just a single layout. I had added in these letters, and I used the negative side where the letters had already been punched out. And then I just put some paper behind that, glued it down, and then added those onto this layout. More border strips and washi tape in the background. Floral pieces that I had in, that was just a scrap of paper that I did my journaling on. That was from a die cut pack. And then those foam stickers. Another single page. That's from a die cut pack. That is actually just a doily. That was a piece, a fabric circle that I had cut out. And then I have a acetate piece here that I had printed on my own, and it's in there. I used that alpha, that word sticker, enamel dots. Yeah, I'm looking at some of this going, oh wow, I remember that. I don't remember that. Bits and pieces I remember, bits and pieces I don't. I did have this washi tape in here. It was I had a portion of it. I don't think I had the whole thing. That was a border strip there. There was a border strip I added in. More border strips that were added in. An arrow that I had punched out of some scraps here and here. That was a piece from Teresa Collins. I used a chipboard piece there. Words, sticker words. I did my journaling here with on some scrap, or on a little cut apart piece on a piece of scrap paper. That's another little piece, washi tape. Yeah, some of these I remember creating, some of them I don't. This one I remember creating the background piece of paper because I had cut all of these circles out and then used them. It was based on a piece of paper by someone who had all these scallops on there. And so I decided to counterfeit my own, and in doing so, I created this one. I just took a scrap piece of paper and just started gluing circles down to make these scallop shapes all across it. And so when I added the title down, it kind of blended in. So I took a white gel pen and went around it. A flare, washi tape, the glitter tape, die cuts. That was actually a piece of packaging there. You can see I have, you know, I don't really remember because I created this layout so long ago. I don't really remember creating the layout, but I do remember like making this background sheet. And this has glitter on the back. This is a another layout, and with a piece of paper that I added to the kit. It did not come with the original kit, and those are some stickers that I added on. That was a frame I cut in half to go back to back here. That was a leftover border strip there. Used some doilies, used a 6x6 piece of paper here, and that was another 6x6 piece of paper that I cut down. A portion of a circle over here, some arrow, an arrow here. Yeah, and more stickers there. This, you know, and I actually remember creating this one. It was from was it 2017? 2017 when I went to the Great American Scrapbook Convention. I was doing a challenge for something, and so I created, or not then, when I went to the Victoria Marie Scrapbook Retreat last October, I created this layout for a challenge. I don't remember the challenge now, but I created this. I had this metallic paper that I had added into the kit. I had it in gold and orange and I think pink. I had glitter tape. I had this shimmery cardstock, and I just used it all to create this layout based on the color in the photos. And it was a sunrise one morning that I had taken some photos of as I was getting ready for work. I happened to look out the window and see the sky, and I thought, oh, I've got to capture that, and so I did. And I added some glitter stars in there, doilies, punch out circle, foam titles. And then another challenge that I was working on was one using circles. And so this, I think it started with a sketch, and I think it had, I don't think it initially was using circles. I think maybe it was squares. But I converted it into circles. And so I used lots of the die cuts that I had that were floral. There's a border strip that I had added, some chipboard and word cutouts, and these were all bits and pieces of circles that I had added into the kit for that one scallop paper, and so I had lots of circles left over, and I just incorporated them in. And you can also see where I added the roller stamp in here. I see those three right there. Okay. Then I have some cards. And these were ones that I was trying to make shaker cards. I think there's 4 of them. And I had punched out and colored these little fish dies and added in some paper in the background. I embossed this piece, cut the circle out, and then popped everything up on foam tape in order to make. And I saw this on Pinterest, and so I thought, oh, I can make that. I added sequins in. But I should have put a little bit of powder in there with those sequins because now they're kind of stuck to the back side. The little hexagonal pieces are stuck to, the small silver ones are stuck to there. And it just says fishy kisses and birthday wishes. And it was just a stamp set that I got from, oh my gosh, Stamps of Life. And so here's another, and they're basically all the same. They were fun to create. I'm guessing they're going to be a beast to put in the mail because they are so much thicker. You can see it's double foam tape in there, so I think this will be a beast to mail. I think it'll cost me extra to mail. Here's a couple of Valentine's Day cards that I made. This one just says Happy Valentine's Day. It already had the cutouts. I just added some silver washi behind there. And the inside is blank to put the sentiment in. I just haven't. Here is a layout that I created. I took a ton of those border strips and put them across there. And I had a lot of fun with this one because my husband, you know, I mean, he always makes terrific faces when we're taking photos together. I'm like, come on, be serious with me. And he's like, yeah, no. And so he does his own thing. You can see I had a piece of paper that had all these cameras on the background. And so I had cut a bunch of them out and to use them as embellishments throughout. And that's one of them. More cards. When I get to a point where I want to be creative, but I really don't have time to do a lot of creating, what I tend to do is make cards when I can't scrapbook. And here recently, that has been like a big thing for me. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time scrapbooking, and I really haven't had the motivation, but I've wanted to be a little bit creative, a little bit crafty, and so I have made cards. So I made these hearts based on, I counterfeited these hearts. They were for, I think it was an American Hearts product that came out, and it was included in the original kit, and I counterfeited my own for this kit. And so I used what I had left over, or I used some of these to make some cards, so these two, and I used bits and pieces of the 6x6 paper pad to create these. I added in some black cardstock. Both of these, it says missing you and thanks. Both the interiors are empty, and then I didn't stamp the envelopes there. This one is just a ton of stuff. The inside says hugs and kisses on that one, and life is sweeter with you, and it says happy, happy, happy on there with just a tag and then a cut apart, and then those are all scraps. And then I added in this piece of ribbon here from my ribbon jar. I added a doily, some leftover borders, a cut apart tag, and some words. It says hey there lovely, and then sequins, and then enamel dots there. This one is a piece that used a wood veneer with some tags. It says love you, and on the inside it says feel better soon. And then these I had got from Stamps of Life. I had got one of our monthly stamps that we got recently was a pear, and lots of sentiments regarding pears. And so I went through and created a bunch of pear cards. I went through my scraps. I punched out a ton of pears and the leaves that go with them, and then I started putting them all together, and then eventually I put the cards together. I used a background stamp. I used a lot of the pear stamps. Happy Pear Day. This is you make a perfect pear. You make a great pear on that one, and then Happy Pear Day. You are so sweet, and then I love you. Some of these scraps came from the kit itself. Some of these came from my scrap bin. Like all these ones with the brown background, those all came from my scrap bin with browns. Again, this says you are so sweet and I love you. Again, you are so sweet. Thanks a bunch. You are so sweet. Thanks a bunch. Very nice, and thanks. I love these. You are super, thanks. You're perfect. You make a great pear. And Happy Pear Day. You make a perfect pear. So there are those. All right, and on to the last stack of layouts, I think. Maybe. This is a 2-pager, and it is Family Reunion. And you can see I used some of the chipboard frames. Another portion of that that chipboard alphabet that I had. And here I made, instead of using the letter A, because I didn't have any more of the letter A's that were already punched out, I used the negative portion and made it family, but I wanted it to make it seem like it was a family gathering, if that makes sense. Then I just used some pieces that I cut out, and then I think this one, that was the piece of paper that I added in. It wasn't in the original paper packs. More border strips. I took a tag from American Crafts, flipped it over, and did my journaling there. And then I added in that word. It was a Making Memories from 2003. And it still worked terrific. Added some stickers in with some scraps behind there, and then used this sticker here. It says, "Loving this group of humans." And these are all just photos from our family reunion. This set, again, more family reunion photos. I think this goes over here like this. And then I have it says "Sweet Family Memories." And I used the cameras. That was a chipboard piece. There's another one of those tags. Another chipboard. These were cut apart or cutouts. Some foam, a piece from the foam stickers, some enamel dots, and then scraps of paper over here. And really, this is really the only section of pattern paper along with these scraps here that I used on those two. This one is also a sheet of paper that I created. It had a piece of paper in the original kit that had an ombre to it. And so I went through my supplies and I found pinks that would create the ombre effect, go from lighter to, you know, a little bit darker. Excuse me. And so I just created this. This is my auntie and my second or third cousin. Second cousin. Yeah, my mom's cousin. So my auntie's cousin. And so I created this one, used a punch out tag, used this old piece of border strip that I had here, a scrap of paper down here, used some of the floral bits and pieces here, this silver frame, and I backed it with some of that metallic pink paper, used a phrase sticker here, and then I did pull these in, these hearts, and then these big embellishments here. I did add those in for a little extra oomph. Here's another layout I created, and this one is called Summer Rain, and it's just showing from my mom's front door. It shows out where her gutters are overflowing. The rain is coming down so hard, and it was just a beautiful day. I used another one of those hearts that I created, some more of the floral pieces. That was a tag that had XOXO, and I just went behind it with some gold paper, gold glitter paper, and then I used some doily pieces back there, more of those circles, more washi tape, yeah, and used tons of sequins on that one. Here's this one. That little sticker's coming off. Used a frame, chipboard frame here that I popped up, and there, that was a 4x6 journaling card. Washi tape along here. There's a sticker there. Another tag and some of those cut aparts from the 6x6 paper, a camera that I cut out, and there's another sticker there, and then another word there from one of the sticker sheets, and then one of those big cutout hellos. This one is Happy Moments, and I used that alphabet, and I think I need to probably go through here and add some white gel pen to make it pop. It somehow or another is not standing out enough, and I think I need something a little extra to give it some oomph. Used lots of scraps on this one, lots of stickers, lots of bits and pieces, lots of tiny little stickers, flowers, asterisks, and sequins, and just created that one. And that one was a mix. I used the more distressed pieces with the more not distressed pieces. Don't you love that? I did have this whole sheet of paper that I had added into the kit, and it had a love story all over it, and so I used that one. This was a 4x6 journal piece, or a 4x6 pocket page card, and I just layered up some things and created this layout. And so use some arrows that I had die cut. Use flare. Again, more of the die cuts that or more of the speech bubbles that I cut out here. That's a piece that I added in the staples to it and then glued it down to make it look like it was stapled. And use one of the foam words that said smitten. And this is the last layout that I created. And it's just one with me and my sister, just a sister's layout. And so I've got sisters, friends, and you are my favorite. I used one of those Teresa Collins embellishments here. It's paper, it's not the chipboard. I used lots of scraps on this one. This one was, with the exception of the background piece of cardstock and this, that piece of paper, everything else was scraps. So let me go through and count it out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 layouts and 21 cards is what I created with my February 2016 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit. Anyway, I hope you got a little inspiration out of this one. I hope you were able to pull out some stuff from your stash, and I hope you're able to create your own kit. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I appreciate the support, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day, everyone.